Here we go. It's another nightcap brought to you by Bearcat Journal and our great friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. Aaron. I'm Chad Brendel. He's Aaron Smith. Let's get it going. Let's tell a Galactic Fried Chicken story today, Aaron.
What are we telling?
So this morning, like 7:15 this morning, I got a text. Hey, can you fill in for Mo? There's some stuff going on. Mo's going to fill in for Lance. We need you to fill in for Mo. Sorry, it's last minute. So when I fill in for Mo, I always bring Taryn lunch because that's the right thing to do. Like, Taryn works hard. He's a great producer. So I bring Taryn lunch.
But the secret behind the scenes is producers don't make shit.
Right. Producers, it's appreciated because I've been that guy. I've been the producer. I've been the guy that sets up remotes. Like, I've been the behind the scenes guy a million times. So I'm like, what am I going to get for lunch today? And I had a couple things I was looking at, and then I was like, oh, Taryn's never had Galactic. So, I hit up Shane, our guy that runs Galactic Fried Chicken. Yep. And I was like, hey, I'm going to go in. You want to throw me together a little something? I'll pick it up. And me, Taryn, have a little something extra for Mo because Mo was doing 6 to 9 for Lance tonight.
Sure.
3-4 people. I went there. They gave me 10 styrofoam containers of Galactic Fried Chicken. Everything on the menu. Everything. The only thing they didn't give me fries because they were like, you're like a half hour away from the station, and these fries aren't going to hold. So everything but fries. And I took it, and I swear, Aaron, it's the most radio thing ever. In cartoons back in the old days when there used to be like that scent of food, and the cartoon would just float towards the scent of food. When I took it into the studio to I hooked up Austin Elmore. I hooked up Tony Pike because they were just getting done with Cincy 360. I had some for Mo. I had some for me. I had some for Taryn. And then all of a sudden, this phenomenon of there being fried chicken in the building, it was like a cartoon line of people that were just knocking on the studio door like, hey, we all got in here.
Even though Taryn's a Vikings fan and Austin's an Ohio State fan.
Hey, I take care of everybody. Like, that's my thing.
It.
Like, I try to take care of as many people as I can. And the thing was, everybody was like, what is this? It's awesome.
Out of this world.
Right? And I'm like, it's Galactic Fried Chicken. They're like, oh, well, where's that? Dayton, Kentucky. They gave me some sauce, some more sauce.
I just ran out today. I had some nugs out the freezer.
Yeah, the little cups.
I saved the cups, and I had some nugs out the freezer, and I had some of that sauce today. But, next time I'm in town, I'm hitting up the.
You're getting a bottle. Sauce. You're gonna have to get a bottle. The bottle is the answer.
Yes,
that stuff is so good. But yeah, everybody loved it. So it was just funny that the smell was so intoxicating that the entire radio station was like at the studio door. Like,
if you've had it and citybeats.com, make sure you vote for Galactic Fried Chicken in the appropriate blanks.
They should win best fried chicken in Cincinnati because they have. Oh, is best tendies a category?
No, it's not actually.
It should be. It should be because they have the best tendies in Cincinnati. I gave my boy John that works for Kiss. They gave me a wrap, and I gave him the half of the wrap. He took one bite of the wrap, which just is a chicken tender.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, what is this? It's out of this world, bro. So where's the scroll?
Oh.
GalacticFriedChicken.com. Download the app, Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. We've been told this thing is now too long. So we're
4.5 minutes, and that was the read.
Yeah. That might be why it's too long. I don't care.
Fast forward.
I'm trying to pay my employees. Is that okay? Is it okay with you guys that I try to pay my employees with things like a Galactic Fried Chicken sponsorship? Come on. Kerry Coombs, Pete Thamel, the official historian of the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Funny how that works.
Put out this morning that Kerry Coombs has been added as special teams coordinator and cornerbacks coach. And he's such a dividing figure. And I get it to an extent because, when Brian Kelly added him out of Coleraine, when he was at Coleraine, he was considered like the greatest high school coach in the state of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this belief that Kerry Coombs was, the heir apparent. He was going to be the next great Bearcat head coach.
Mm-hmm.
As it has played out, Kerry Coombs is a phenomenal recruiter.
Yes.
He is a phenomenal special teams coach.
Correct.
Pick a side, but he's done a really good job. There's a bunch of guys getting paid on Sundays for Ohio State that played cornerback under Kerry Coombs. There's
a weird sect of Cincinnati fans that are both Cincinnati and Ohio State fans, and I can't relate to that because it's not my thing. But it's like they first off, you got the people who are Cincinnati always takes Ohio State cast-offs. You're welcome.
Right? They got them from us.
I know. And then you have like the people who are just like out here, kind of from the same sect where they're like, he couldn't cut it. He was DC or co-DC or whatever he was up there.
He was the defensive coordinator who was calling the plays. It didn't work out.
But then he got moved to co-DC or whatever the case was. And like I said, I mean, it's still the same sect where they're kind of just coming at you with he's not going to get the job done for Cincinnati. He couldn't get it done here at Ohio State. What they don't realize is we're still in the American, and we outdid.
I'm okay with that. Leave that alone. Like going to the Big 12, I'm done with the American crutch. Screw that.
I don't know. I guess I just don't understand the vitriol for it. We know what he's capable of recruiting wise, and I think that speaks volumes for him.
Yeah, for sure.
As we've seen the number 18 guy in the country talking about Cincinnati today.
Well, that's the thing.
So,
Kerry's got a lot of connections he made while he was at Ohio State. One of them, AJ Harris, the number 18 player in the country, a 5-star, who happens to go to the same high school that produced J.Q. Hardaway.
Mm-hmm.
And based on their Twitter activity today, I get the sense those two are pretty close. They've talked about playing together in college. And now guess what? They're talking about playing together in college at a place that's about to put 2 big-time cornerbacks in the NFL. So, look, am I going to, flip what we do at Bearcat Journal upside down because A.J. Harris has interest in Cincinnati? No.
Or because Westside Jesus decides to come back to Cincinnati? No.
But what we're going to do, we're going to monitor it. And we're going to see how real is it? Is it because guess what? A.J. Harris is the number 18 player in the country. You know who else wants to recruit A.J. Harris? Everyone. Let's see how it plays out. Was today exciting? Absolutely. Because immediately when it was put out there that Kerry Coombs was coming to Cincinnati, A.J. Harris was like, well, Cincinnati's on my list now, right?
And back in early December, he had a tweet that literally said, Kerry Coombs is my guy, or something along those lines. I'm of course, I'm paraphrasing, but it was Kerry Coombs is my guy. You've been with me since the start, and start was in all caps. Like, that's clearly the guy that he has connected with the most. So it's no coincidence that he said he was going to commit January 12th. Things with Kerry were a little confusing around January 12th, and now here we are, January 19th, when we're recording this, even though it's the 18th nightcap. We've gone into the midnight hour, but
we do that sometimes.
Here we are talking about the number 18th kid in the country potentially coming to Cincinnati. That's a big deal.
Because Kerry Coombs is now added to the staff. That doesn't happen if Kerry Coombs isn't added to the staff.
5 stars.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fief. It's the 5th. Keep an eye out in the morning. I thought it was interesting today, Aaron. Walt Stewart was a couple weeks ago hired as the defensive line coach at Arkansas State.
Who's the coach there?
Bush Jones.
Oh,
who Walt Stewart played for at Cincinnati.
Sure.
Today, it was announced that Arkansas State has hired a new defensive line coach.
Weird.
It's strange.
You got 2 defensive line coaches.
I only think they need one. Sounds
about right. Where's Walt going?
Follow Pete Thamel. I'm sure he'll have something in the morning. Bearcat historian Pete Thamel might have some information in the morning.
Just check with Chad to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
Yeah. I'm quality control here. That's what I do.
You're something.
One last thing. Look, I just want to say this. I know there's like a lot of talk on the boards. I can't consume this content. This content's not for me. This is too much content. This is I want you to do it for me this way. Look, here's the one thing I can say about the whole, like, the podcasts, the vlogs. We are still putting just as much, if not more, VIP content on the site. We are also trying to grow.
Everything's not for everybody. You don't have to listen to everything.
Well, here's the thing. When you go look at Ohio State and Alabama and Georgia and Auburn and Florida and, like, you name it from the major programs, there's more content than you could possibly consume from all the outlets covering those schools. We are just one outlet, and we are trying to push the coverage of UC to the point where it kind of competes with the best of the best. And I understand, like, if you're like, I don't have time to watch the nightcap. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't have time to watch a 2-hour podcast. You know what? The numbers say there's a lot of people that watch 2-hour podcasts or listen to 2-hour podcasts. There's a lot of people that are growing to watch the nightcap.
Chad, last night on BBP, we had our best night ever.
Yeah. We are growing the brand. We are growing the business. And I understand that some of you may be a little bit frustrated because you used to be able to keep up with the fact that we did an article a day. You could come to Bearcat Journal. There was going to be one new thing to read a day. You'd check out the message board. The funny thing, Aaron, I don't think it's the content as much as it's the message board. I think people get, like, overwhelmed by the fact that they don't check Bearcat Journal for a couple hours and they come back and there's 60 new posts on the message board.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even keep up with it.
It's overwhelming. I get it. Like, I get it. But guess what? We're not going to stop growing, man. We're not.
Can't stop, won't stop. I don't know what that dance is, but it was something.
It's Dave Chappelle. Go in the gift search and look up Can't Stop, Won't Stop. And it's Dave Chappelle that just says Can't Stop, Won't Stop. That's right. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to, we're going to produce less content because people are having a hard time keeping up.
We've got so many big ideas coming soon.
Yeah. We're not even
tip of the iceberg.
We're not even close. If you're mad that there's too much content now, get back to me in a couple weeks. I just wanted to get that. Look, I get it. Not everybody has 5-6 hours a week to consume all this content. But guess what? There's people that like this 2 hours, and there's people that like that 2 hours. And as you talked about, you got a friend that loves the nightcap because he can get this done in 15, 20 minutes every day. We're producing content for as many UC fans as we can possibly reach. And sometimes that's not you.
Choose what you want. Choose what you want. It's a menu right now. We have a menu. We present you a menu, much like our friends at Galactic Fried Chicken.
There you go. Tendies, chicken breast, thighs, legs.
Sauce.
That's it. We're out of here. See you tomorrow night. It's the Galactic Fried Chicken nightcap right here on beercutjournal.com.